Oh. Oh shit. Okay, this is Cronex, the RPG, the sequel, world. Okay, so we're back with the Cronex, the RPG, but only it's in sequel form now, and I thought I would give kind of like a comprehensive tech demo, because we've littered a few on the server, a little bit, my co-developer mostly, but I thought I would just go through some of the shit we've been working on, give some information about what we're going to do with it, and just have a good time. So, I was thinking I would first show what I've been working on recently, which is a new mechanic that we didn't have in the original game. Hardly we did. This is the boombox. So, in Cronex the RPG 2, it's my intention, and I guess my co-developer's intention, because we've discussed it a little bit, that you'll be able to find tapes around the map. You'll be able to find CDs with music on them as collectibles that save across the servers and shit, and you can play them with boomboxes. Now, I have a boombox right here. This is just the one I've been using. So you can take the tool out, and you hold it out, and you click it, and then it goes on your shoulder. Now, this is nice because now, instead of having to hold out an item to listen to music, you can just click it once, it goes on your shoulder, and now you can use it, you can listen to music and shit. You can hang the fuck out, and you don't have to worry about holding an item out. So it's really just nice. You can do other things like take a sip of your soda or something. And to control it, you just have to put your mouse at the bottom of the screen towards this UI, the boombox, which is a super nice design decision because this just allows it to be very unintrusive. You see just the top of the boombox hanging out there like a fupa. And don't really have to fucking worry about it taking up screen space, because imagine like this is just here all the time. That would be so annoying. I don't know how so many developers forget that you need to make UI unintrusive. But regardless, you have UI, you go down here, and this is where you control it from. So see, this little interface, it's a little bit ugly, I'm not gonna lie, but maybe I'll improve that in the future. I'm not really like a master of UI design. I try to make it a little bit of fun, but you know, it gets the job done mostly. So you pull up in the boombox world, and you see, I can't really do much with it right now. So it's no disconcerted, no author. We have some controls here, but none of them are really going to do anything without tape. So let me show a demonstration of the tape. So you see, across the map you'll be able to find discs such as these. You see they're just like little jewel cases, and you see they have a little bit of artwork. So these are the two songs I have in the game right now for demo purposes. They'll probably be in the final game too, but that's besides the point. So you just walk up to them, you click on them, plays a little sound effect, you get a notification, okay, and I'll just get this other one for the sake of it. So you get some music. We just refresh the boombox. I don't know, maybe I'll bother making it so it does it automatically, but I don't really give a fuck. So you put it back on your shoulders, and you see now we have two buttons here. So these are the two songs we just collected. If I left the game and went back in or something, and you would see that we got the same stuff. I mean, you know, if we left the game and then rejoined, because it data saves, okay? That's the point I'm trying to make. So we have these two songs now. You can click on one of them. It loads up. You see, this is the song I'm listening to. This is the author. And I might as well just demonstrate the controls now. So you press the play button, and as you can see, we're listening to music.
Is it a dream?
Is it a dream? No, it's
There
not.
are many things
And you could pause it here. You can change some settings about it, like looped. When it reaches the end, is it going to loop or not? And you might have noticed these other two buttons. They're grayed out right now because my plan is that right now I have the lowest tier boombox in the game, but you'll be able to find, or I guess like buy, with the in-game currency, of course, not with Robux, better boomboxes to play music with, but you also unlock extra settings. So if you have a better one, you can change the playback speed, and an even better one, you can also change the pitch. So that'll just be kind of convenient, and you can see we can change the tape if we want. So listen to this one instead. And like I said earlier, because you don't have to actively control the boombox, it's really convenient. So I can just be listening to music and then start fighting enemies, which is just very, very nice, very nice. It makes it much less of a hassle, and I think it'll be a bit of fun in the game. So, I think I remember there kind of being a boombox mechanic in the original, in a sense. Not really. Because we had, I don't know if anyone that's not in my immediate friend group really did this, because Cronex was kind of a hard game. It's kind of old school in that way. It just doesn't really tell you that much to work with, which this game will also do, just to a lesser extent. There'll just be more resources, but regardless, lost my train of thought. Other things I should show, my co-developer has showcased some of the weapons. He's been working on these and making sure they were really, really clean with the code and shit. So he was just been working on that, so we're not going to have nearly as many problems with lag or game optimization like we had in the original Cronex, which was kind of a big problem. The game did not run well. And also, we just want a big direction with the weapons in this version of the game. It's just the desire to make the weapons fun, because in the original Cronex we had weapons, right? But the weapons were just kind of shite. I mean, not many other ways to put it. The weapons just weren't very fun to use. They were really janky, and killing enemies with them just wasn't very satisfying. But now we have weapons that our hope is are a little bit more responsive and a bit more fun to play with. So you have this gun, you shoot enemies, you get a little hit marker. You don't get a hit marker, but you get that, you know, it like tells you how much damage the shot did. And you see there's a blood effect, which is actually can be applied across multiple different things, not just the gun. So that's kind of cool. It's going to be nice. And the swords. In the original Cronex, throughout a lot of the game, we just had the default sword script that comes on Roblox from like 2006 or whatever, which is cool and all, but it did not make for very appealing gameplay unless you just like really love sword fights. So I mean, there's just not much to say about that. It's kind of lame. So in Cronex 2 we have these new swords. They're pretty nice and shit. You see, we can just hit enemies. They ragdoll when you hit them. It applies effects like he's on fire now. And if you're wondering why he's dancing, that's because we also have a new feature in the game that applies death effects whenever you kill an enemy. So depending on how you kill your enemy, they'll just die in a certain way. Right now I just have dancing as a placeholder for when you get burnt alive. And it's not really doing it on the slashes or the gunshots because they just haven't fully implemented it yet. It's a little bit complicated, but that's just how that works overall. And it's kind of nice. So probably two other things I should talk about. One, let me go down here. I guess I have another thing to talk about, but very briefly. So you see over here we have NPCs, right? You just see these 3 NPCs. Now, mind you, I should mention that this is a little bit broken. I was working on this before the boomboxes, but then they were just kind of not working super well, and I didn't really want to work on them, so I stopped. I'll probably get back to work on these pretty soon because boombox is done. But these are generic NPCs. So in the original Cronex and most RPG games, you have unique characters, right? You have characters that just stand still. You can talk to them. They might send you on quests or whatever, which is cool and all. And some games have this, to a lesser extent that I've seen, where alongside those characters, you also have some generic characters that will walk around a little bit, maybe say 1 or 2 lines and have the same name like Inhabitant or Dweller or something. Nothing very interesting. So one thing that I've elected to do is make a system that allows us to create generic NPCs in areas that have appropriate clothes and stuff that are a little bit more interactive. So I can't, like I said, they're a little bit broken right now, so I can't showcase too much. But the basic idea is that they'll spawn in whenever they're needed in an area. So let's say for one area there might be 10 generic NPCs that are needed. Every 90 seconds or so, it'll check how many are left versus how many there currently are and spawn in as many as are needed. And when they spawn in, they'll be given a name, they'll be given random clothing, and all of it is relevant to the area that they're in. They'll be given a slightly different skin tone, like you see. These 2 have this yellow skin color, this one has a lighter one. So it's all just kind of nice, and beyond that, they'll have a little bit more interactivity than those other RPG games that have generic characters like this do, because usually you can just say, you can talk to them, they'll say 1 or 2 lines. It's nice, little feature, but it doesn't really add much to the experience. These guys, first of all, they'll walk around, right? They'll walk around the world a little bit. They'll talk to you depending on what you're doing and how you are. So if you have an accessory on, say like a hat or something, and it's kind of like a nice hat, they'll just say,
"Hey, that's a pretty cool hat you got on there."
Or if you're wearing like a really dopey, really wacky hat. They'll say,
"Dude, what are you wearing, man? What the is that shit?"
So that's all cool, and some other things they'll react to, like if you have a weapon out, they'll comment on that. You say they're all saying some retarded ass line I programmed in, just ignore that. But that's another thing, they'll just randomly say things out loud. So that's kind of nice as well. And this is also broken right now. I have to work on it, and I'll get to that soon. But you'll also be able to talk to them in a more deep way. So like I already explained with generic NPCs in most RPG games, you talk to them, but you can't really talk to them. You interact with them, and then they just say one line, or they'll say one of 2 or 3 lines from a bank of lines they have, right? Which is not very engaging. It's not very helpful. It just makes them feel like pointless little NPCs. They don't really add much depth to the world. But that's not going to be the case with these, because when NPCs are spawned in, they'll pretty much have a personality, and they can have a personality like they're helpful, and so they're kind of polite to you, they're nice. They can be ambivalent, they're not really interested in talking to you, or they can be hostile, so they're disrespectful, they don't want to talk to you, or whatever. And the dialogue is unique to every area, and it allows more interactivity. You'll be able to talk to them, you'll go up to them, start a conversation, and they'll have, say, 10 for every personality or something, personality type in an area. And they'll have one of those dialogues. You can talk to them. They might be a little bit more helpful. So say you meet a helpful NPC from a certain area, you can talk to them. They might give you little bits of information about the area you're in, tell you about any monsters that are there, maybe some other stuff too. Like they might give you directions if you need help with something. So it'll all be kind of nice, and you'll also be able to attack them. You're also going to be able to attack the generic NPCs. They don't really do anything, and they might run away, they might attack you. It depends on their personalities. So that's the generic NPCs. Now 2 more things to probably show, and then that's pretty much all of the tech that really needs to be showcased out of the way. So one thing, you'll just notice it passively in a moment. It's not really anything big, but you see when I go into the new area, there's this new UI effect. It just looks kind of nice. There's not much more to say about it. Technically, it is better than in the original Cronex, because the pretty much, to explain it in a non-technical way, the method for finding out where the player is in the world and making sure that they have the right area effects and the right music and stuff has become more advanced, and it's just more accurate and stuff. So you won't have any problems where you might have had in the original Cronex, where you go in one area and then you go out, and then it detects that you've entered in a new area, and it puts you with the effects that you have from one area when you're actually not even in that area. So you might like exit a cave or enter a cave with the ambience outside, and then the cave is just really bright. So that won't be a problem. And lastly, one thing I should show. So one thing you'll notice about this is what I was talking about with generic NPCs. One thing you might notice is that he's playing an animation. If you look closely, he is moving a little bit. So you see, he has a little bit of motion. Now, that's one thing we just want to add. We're just going to make it so that NPCs just feel a little bit more alive, just generally. Like, you see, he's moving around. It's nothing huge, but it makes him feel a little bit more alive when he just, he has a little bit of motion to him, right? And like I said earlier, you'll also be able to attack people like him. Don't ask about the name tags, none of this is relevant. It's all broken. And then lastly, when I click on him, you see a new UI. That deserves an ovation, right? Because remember in Cronex when you have the shitty little fucking Roblox UI, and that thing fucking sucks. I mean, there's no script compatibility for it. You can't write any code to the dialogue options, and it's just terrible. It fades away after a few seconds. You only have so many options. We've improved upon this so much with this new custom system. So for one, proper name tag. Nothing huge because they already have name tags in the world, but that's just nice to have anyways. Now you see the text. The text is just a lot better. Look at this. Look at all of the space you have for dialogue. I tried to write a couple NPCs that would have a lot of dialogue in the original Cronex, but it was a huge hassle because to do that pretty much required pretty much required that I either just write huge blocks of text that people would have to just cycle through over and over and over again to finally read the entire piece of text, or I really had to just design dialogue in a strange way to allow for player responses to continue the dialogue. So in this, I just have much more space, it's expandable and stuff, so it's so much easier, and it's not going to disappear anytime, so you can take your time reading it as well. When we had this one streamer play the game, I think he was dyslexic a little bit, and he was struggling to read the text, so that's kind of grim. But now we have all of this fucking space to read. I mean, that's just glorious. And options too. So for one, your dialogue options are going to have script compatibility, right? So in the original, if we ever want to do quest stuff with dialogue, right, we would just have to do it in some strange ass way. Like in the I think it's Cana is the village that you find on top of the mountain. There's a quest to go find like an old guy in a cave in the forest. But the quest is initiated not through talking to the guy that actually gives you the quest. It's just picking up a random item off a table that initiates the quests. And he just tells you to go do that. Now, we don't have to do that because I can just make it bind, say you have an option like, okay, I'll do that for you. And then it begins your quest for you. Or like a ton of other things. Like I can make it so that it just kills you. I can make it so it gives you an item when you click an option in the dialogue. It's literally just script compatible, so I can do anything I want, or my co-developer can do anything he wants. And another thing is, just look at this. I mean, so much space to create dialogue options. There's just so much more space to write dialogue. We can just have so much more that you're allowed to say, and that just really helps with the RPG elements, as I believe, anyways. So that's great. I think we kind of win with this in Cronex, don't we? We kind of win. I feel like Cronex, the RPG, the sequel, that's a working title. Don't worry about that. We're kind of winning with that, I think, in a way, right? So that's pretty much the tech demo. I mean, there's other shit that we can show, but none of it's really that important. And I won't go too deep into just trying to say everything we're planning up. The game will have an alpha build, like an early alpha, out sometime in the future. Not too far away if everything goes according to plan. We've been working on a lot of core systems for the game, and we're kind of wrapping up development on those, and you know, that just takes some time, coupled with just being busy with other stuff outside of development. Definitely not a full-time job or anything. So once we work on the map a little bit more and get like a first area in the game, and we make a couple of quests to showcase the tech a little bit more, and we get a couple of jobs in, like in the first game where we had fishing and stuff, or like mining for the crystals. I don't know if anyone's ever actually done that. I just added that in, but it's kind of a little bit irrelevant. It's not that cool, but okay, you know what? I can't really say much more than it's gonna be cool, alright? Just trust me, it's gonna be cool. So, if you watch this, just know Cronex, the RPG, the sequel, it's gonna be good. Let me know in the comments if you're from the Discord. Let me know all of that shit, and just comment down below what you maybe think we should name the game. Probably Cronex the RPG something, right? So, Cronex the RPG, the sequel, Super Dev, signing off.
What if instead of Mr. Beast, my name was Nigga Beast?